What's up, y'all? This is a redo of another video. I shot my video. I was feeling good about it. I thought it was kind of funny and everything. And then I came back to check a comment, and I see that I didn't have any audio. So I was a little drove. I'm still a little drove. But anyway, here we go. Part 2 of the same show. So anyway, I was on Yahoo going to check up on the UFC, see what's going on in the news, and I see one of the UFC referees, and I guess he's not just the UFC referee, but he referees in the UFC. Josh Rosenthal. The dude got caught with like over $6 million in weed. $6 million in marijuana. That's a lot of weed. That's a whole lot of weed. So I'm wondering, I'm like, he's smoking all that weed? Is he distributing that weed? I mean, $6 million worth of weed. Sounds like he got a big old enterprise going. But anyway, um, the dude got a good job. Being a referee in the UFC, man, that got to be one of the greatest jobs a person could have. So I'm sure he's making a gang of money. I'm sure life is going pretty good. And I gotta sit and wonder, why do you put yourself in jeopardy to lose it all? Same with Michael Vick when he had that whole incident with the fighting the dogs, and same with any of these other professional athletes or anybody who's making gangs and goo-gaws of money, and you risking it on some other stuff. Now, I'll be the first to admit 6 million is probably more than he's making UFC in these fights, but I'm sure he's still living a comfortable life. But just reading or just looking at the article, this dude stands. All right, check it out. The government is recommending that he get 37 months in jail, uh, fines, as well as 5 years of probation. Um, During that time, he's still subject to searches, and if he doesn't take the deal, he could face anywhere from 10 years to life. 10 years to life. Uh, a $10 million fine, which is more than he actually had, and and a minimum of 5 years of probation. So I gotta ask, was it worth it? It's like anybody who's dealing drugs, I'm sure the money is good, I'm sure it's feeling nice, you're on top of the world, but damn, when it all comes crashing down, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? To me, I think not. But what do I know? I'm just a brother. I'm just a little humble brother myself. But so that's one part of the conversation. The second part of the conversation is, why is this even still an issue in 2013? I'd have figured by now marijuana would have been legalized across the United States of America. Not from the standpoint that I feel like weed is just a great drug that everybody should be on or anything of that nature. Look, I don't even smoke, never have. But I know some people that do, and they're law-abiding citizens, and they aren't hurting anybody and maybe doing damage to themselves, maybe, if you want to talk about brain cells. But I mean, let's face it, some of these people are doctors, lawyers, and everything else. So apparently it can't be too bad compared to, let's say, cigarettes and alcohol. Anybody that wants to argue about marijuana, do you drink and do you smoke? Because I see too many people drinking and smoking. And let's go down the list. What does alcohol do? You got drunk drivers who are killing people. You got people who get drunk at parties and get alcohol poisoning and die on the spot, or they drown in their own alcohol, or drown in their own vomit. And then let's talk about cigarettes. You got the issues of secondhand smoke, which might still be around for marijuana, maybe, maybe not. But you got the cancer that is causing everybody. You got the lungs that are just being messed up, and back to the alcohol, you got it destroying people's kidneys. So, if you want to smoke on some marijuana and, have your processing skills slow down a little bit, and you want to be a little mellow, and you just kind of want to chill, to me, that's your business. From what I understand, there's a lot of medicinal benefits to it. You know, I've seen different videos with people talking about the hemp, how it helps with, you know, them rehabbing from cancer, and any other, or a lot of other physical ailments. So I don't really see what the big deal is in that respect. Um, I think, you know, just as a 16-year-old shouldn't have access to alcohol, you know, that's the type of restrictions that should be placed on it. But we got way too many people going to jail over weed. You know, the jail cells are already too crowded, and people going to jail for weed and doing and drugs that are harmless. You know, I won't say totally harmless, but compared to cigarettes and alcohol and don't even get me started on the stuff that the government finds legal, because we could, if you really want to talk about poisons, we could talk about your fluoride that's in all our water. We could talk about the aspartame that they're putting in the gums and in all of the sports drinks and your crystal lights and all these type of things, and the high fructose corn syrup and the MSG. So it ain't about just keeping us safe, and it ain't about our health. You wonder why we got all these spikes in cancer, and shit is obvious. It's obvious. We talk about obesity, but why? This is obvious, man. I was about to go on a rant. That's something I'm passionate about. That really is sickens me when we start talking about the ingredients that are allowed in these foods. I'm trying to think. Dr. Russell Blaylock, I believe his name is. He's a neurosurgeon. He talks about these different neurotoxins that are, you know, just destroying brain cells and really just jacking us up, man. But these things are allowed in your aspartame and your MSG and your high fructose corn syrup, because why? They sell. It's big money, it's big business. But anyway, I done got off on a whole nother tangent. I wasn't even going there. I was just talking about why weed should be legalized, and I'm sure it will be legalized as soon as they can tax it properly and figure out how to make their money off of it. But anyway, that's all I gotta say. To me, you know, if you're making good money out there, man, and you got stuff going for you, you ain't got no reason to be getting caught up with all that weed and any other drugs, because prescription drugs are the next thing. And I could do a whole nother video on just how, you know, the economy is tanking, but on every corner you got a Rite Aid, a CVS, a Walgreens, all these drugstores just popping up. Why? You know, even where I'm at right now, my grandfather, he just died a couple weeks ago. And the funny thing is, while he was on hospice, you had the legalized drug dealers coming to the door dropping off his medication. It's the same thing, man. It's a drug game. It's just one just legal and one not. But you look at the side effects and you look at what it does to our bodies and whatnot, and they're no more beneficial than than your marijuana or any of your other drugs. I mean, it's all the same. It's all poison. Medicine never cures anything. It only alleviates the problem, or alleviates the pain, should I say. It doesn't alleviate the problem. That's why it keeps coming back. But man, I done beeline onto a whole nother schism, whole nother slew of topics that I didn't want to get into at this point in time. But they will come. They will come. In other news, there was a bomb, not a bomb, there was an explosion at a plant, and at a fertilizer plant in Texas. A lot of people hurt, at least 70 people dead so far. So if you get a chance, check out my other video on that. If you're close to Texas and you can help with some blood, please donate. They are in desperate need. There's a lot of people, a whole community got rocked by this. Alright, thanks for watching, y'all. Y'all be good. Peace.